Gods and emotions, as it's now time to cue the titles. Here we go. Oh yes.
Drag me down. Nobody can drag me down.
Hello and welcome to Snazzy Rise United. I'm Snazzy and this is Snazzy's Important Stuff. And today we'll be talking about the importance of natural you. And of course today we're going to be talking about an important theory which obviously maybe got you a bit clueless at the beginning in regards to gardens. Why is it gardens related to emotions? Number one, it ain't. Number two, it is. And the reason why it is because it's a technical theory. And the theory is based on a symbol of concept called emotional garden. An emotional garden is a concept where you can basically walk through and choose your own path to be the natural you. And I'm going to give you a brief example of how it works. So imagine in your mind you're basically walking through this gate and you're walking it very clearly and you see a garden. So instead of seeing flowers sprouting, you see flowers of emotion. It could be sad. It could be happy, it could be joyous, it could be anything you physically feel. And you walk through it and you choose your path to identify what is you. No matter how big or small, you identify it in the aspect of I'm going to go towards that goal and reach to the end of it until I get to it. And that is why today I'm going to tell you this. When you go through this garden, go through it and choose what here remains to be the natural point of you. The natural point of you is the point where you physically feel you know you are you in the aspect of you being natural to who you are. And why I'm saying that is because it's kind of like a symbol of knowing the fact that it's rectifying the aspect of that is you who being who you are. And imagine the fact that a fist like this, imagine it's basically a rose petal coming up and it's got an emotion on it instead of a flower. And if that emotion is you, then it is you. But then if it isn't you, then what defines you as a person? And how does it affect you? And if it affects you badly, then don't pick that flower, as for say. But if you think that flower is you for that day, then understandable. Which is why I'm going to now tell you this. After you picked yourself through the garden, and you've picked the flower that is in sight of your emotion, you think of the bubble that I said to you in the previous episode, and use that to kind of shrink down the emotion that you picked in that garden. And when you go through that garden again, you will rethink what you've chosen and why. Because in some cases, when you go through the garden more than once, it may appear differently to the way you see it the first time round. And that is what I'm going to tell you today. Travel through the garden. Glow it through once, glow it through twice. Maybe believe, maybe not believe. But if you do believe, believe in yourself. Because no matter what you do, you have to believe in yourself no matter what to achieve your ultimate goal and your focus. And that's why the emotional garden is there to stay, as it's indicated with my hands. And so that is it for today's episode of Snazzy's Important Stuff. We're now going to head over to Snazzy's Important Shoutouts, as it's now time to cue the titles. Here we go. Oh yes.
I got
Rising 90, I'm Snazzy and this is Snazzy's Important Shoutouts. And today we're talking about quality content that's going to be worth shouted out and more. And today obviously I'm going to be talking to you about the first two individual people called Carl and Jacob, who run a unique and beautiful show called Two Ordinary Guys. And their YouTube channel is basically describing their journey to become paramedics. And a little insight, I'm going to say a little bit about me. People obviously have importance in regards to paramedics because they save people's lives. They make days and days' lives very special. And especially for people who are epileptic, of course, it's very important to people to be rescued by these ambulance people because it kind of like, it shows that there's like care in the world and a difference. And this is why I've chosen obviously Two Ordinary Guys as to be spoken about today, because they're those type of people that want to make a difference to people's lives and make kind of like the world a better place. And that's why obviously today I am pinpointing to you guys, Carl and Jacob. Please obviously continue your incredible content. I love your vlogs because they actually show the concept of how it is important to show to people that if you stick with your dream job that you want to do, you can go anywhere. And that's why I love their content, because it's got that kind of style and kind of aspect. So number two, I'm going to talk to you about is Demon King. And Demon King is obviously got quality content. He's got a beautiful channel. And it's one of those things that kind of like people either like or hate, which is like my mic. But it's kind of got that kind of style implications. But in all fairness, it's good and it's also got quality that I obviously like at the same time, which is why I like it. And I love his title as well, Demon King, especially with the theme, because theatrical, like the name, and as it is indeed. And that's why obviously that's also going to be part of today's shoutouts. And then obviously number three, it's the wonderful and incredible obviously Hottie9, who's been long following me for quite a long time, plus as many others as they obviously mentioned in the comments section. He's got this beautiful channel, so please subscribe to him and obviously look at his beautiful content. It's incredible. He's trying his best. He does everything he can, so please help him get to the mark that he needs to be at next. And also now I'm going to give the final announcement. The wonderful and amazing Marley Blandford has just put out on YouTube today the beautiful new track called Miles Apart. I have listened to it myself. It's absolutely incredible. It's a stunning original piece of music. I have listened to him live as well, which is absolutely amazing. He sings beautifully. And it's kind of like that kind of like feeling. It's soothing. It's kind of like relaxing, and you can kind of feel within yourself. Which is why I'm going to say to you today, please look at Marley Blandford's music. It's incredible content. It's stunning. It's got style. It's got kind of like the quality. And it's just the words I'm going to put to this, I could not describe it to be any more than what I'm actually saying right now, because it's just, wow, powerful words come out of it. And words kind of describe within the emotion. So that is it for today's episode of Snazzy's Important Shoutouts. Please tune back in next 4 to 5 days where there'll be more fun, more frolics and more important stuff. Until next time, this is me, Snazzy, giving you lowdown. Signing off. Goodbye for now. Ting ting. Peace out.
Let me see you go hard.